$100,000 Friday, and they're trying to take $100,000 Saturday. What do you think, Hank?
I think Sean Serra's trying to catch up to his brother.
Well, I like to say he's got a good start right here if he can get on into the finals. And from what I've seen, he's got a really good shot as they put him in the lights right here.
Jeff Serra, last night's winner, watching on the wall on the right. 6'11" on the left, 42 in the right.
One step closer for Mr. Serra. He's 19 up front, looking for that 42. Runs 37 with a 3. No surprise to the folks up here in the tower. He'd have worked that off in fine shape there in just a little bit if he'd have needed to. But as it turns out, he didn't have to. Colton was 004 red up front. Runs 10 with a 3 off the 11.
And Rodney, it ain't as easy as it looks 6 days in, is it?
It gets tougher and tougher as we go, I promise. Hot Rod wants to bring you the show. He likes to get excited, but after 4 or 5 days of it, it takes its toll. And that's why Mr. Hank and Alvin Dildine are professionals like they are. They know how to hold it back. They know how to make the 6 days, and that's why they're professionals. And we got Tim Fenneman right here, 585 on the dial-in, up against A.J. Buchanan, 567 on the dial-in. Separate them.
Winning right side, 18 and 19 thou under for the Buchanan brothers in the right. I said AJ has gone as many rounds as anybody this weekend. Tim Fenneman, 22, 31 under, no good. And the left, AJ Buchanan going down to the round of 3.
And next up, Mr. Chris Burr. He was doubled the last round. He was perfect up front and couldn't get it done. But he still has one entry in here for that $100,000 dialed in on a 585. And he's up against Bernie Ulmer, 569. And I'm going to let Hank take you to the finish line.
So you got to win the round, and you got to beat an 18 if you want to buy to the final in the box category. So you could do both here, right here. One of these guys could win the round, be better than 18, and make it to the final, buy to the final. And neither one of them do. 32 on the left, 28 in the right. And the crowd goes wild. We got the two grandsons up here, Caden and Landon, and they're happy to see Paw turn the wind light on.
That reminds me.
32, one over for the win in the left. 28, one over, no good in the right. MLV, one thou.
Yeah, that reminds me of my little ones. I'm telling you, like we talked about earlier, it's a family-orientated sport, and these little young men are just like me and Alvin and Hank all their lives. They growed up at racetracks, and when Pop turns on them wind lights, they get excited, and that's what gets us hooked, and that's why we can't give it up, and that's why we keep coming. So I love to watch those kids, and I love to watch that excitement. $100,000 on the line. We got Nick Folk here in the right-hand lane, dial 456, and as Alvin Dildine said there earlier, he'd struggled a little bit all week long, but he's found it today. Today could be his day, and he's going to be up against Tim Costetta, 455 on the dial-in. And once again, I'm going to let Hank take you to the finish line.
Tim Castetter left side, Nick Folk right side. Nick, there was nobody hotter last October. I'm positive he made 3 splits at the 3 big races.
Oh, it was crazy. I didn't get to make 2 of the 3, but I sat at home and watched it with the Motor Maniacs, and yes, he was definitely on fire, one of the hottest drivers at that time that I knew of.
So it comes and goes. It seems to come in waves. Like you start getting hot, you win a couple weeks in a row. But then again, the good guys seem to always rise to the top a little bit too, so. That's not good for Tim Castetter.
No, it's not. When Folk's 12 up front and he's got about 40-something in the bank, he's never going to go wrong right there, folks. He's 12 up front, runs 68 off a 40 or of a 56, taking the win. He'll bring her back into the next round and getting one step closer as we will bring the next pair out. Kyle Coltera, 448 on the dial-in. Travis Lester Sr., I think it is.
Junior.
Oh, it's Junior on the
Yeah.
screen. I thought Senior was doing the driving. But
No, it's Senior's car.
Oh, okay.
One of them runs like 14, one of them runs like 430.
Yeah, I
But
got you.
Junior has jumped into Dad's car. Dad's right there by the center V in the middle of the track between the two dragsters. And I don't see Mom Marilyn. She's usually right around there.
Nevertheless, it's 418 dial in on the right-hand lane and a 448 over in that left as they get them in there to the pre-stage, making sure everything's right on the money from the temperature down.
From New Jersey
So
and from Pennsylvania.
448 in the left for Kyle Cotrera, 418 in the right. Nick Folk in the lead for the bye run at 5 cars with a 12. So this is the last pair. One of these two lights it up and wins better than 12. Oh,
Wow. Right-hand lane is Trip Zip 6, dials 418, breaks it out by 7 thou, taking 13 thou. Kyle was 15 up front, runs 47 in it with a 1, needed to go away, couldn't do it. And Mr. Travis Lester Jr. will be sitting on the bye the next round, one step closer for $100,000. That could be a $100,000 perfect lot right there, Alvin.
It could be 2 and 1.
Could be 2 and 1. That's where I was at today when I got my boy Nasty Nick Hastings at 6 cars. He was sitting on the bye run. I knew if I could go out there and beat one of the legends and one of the heroes of all time of mine, I was going to have to lay down something really, really, really nasty. And I knew if I could do it, it was 2 rounds and 1. But Nasty Nick wasn't to be denied, and old Hot Rod was 10 thou red.
let me give you a little news. We had a one lone holdout out of that 11 that round. We're racing for the flyer.
Wow. Wow. We're actually going to get it on for $100,000 to the winner tonight, folks.
So to the Motor Maniacs, I just wanted to let you a little preview news. We had one holdout out of the 11 in the staging lanes on the split round that said, no deal, let's race for the flyer. So we got the whole purse is alive and well right now for 6 guys, 3 and 3.
Wow. Ryan Barnes goes out and takes the tree, gets him a little hit. He's 12 up front, shuts her down, backs her up, and he's going to get ready for round numbers next. But Travis Lassiter Jr. with that 0006 gets 2 for 1 right there. He'll be sitting on the wait and see bye.
And I'm not naming names on who the holdout was, but that person is still alive. And we got 2 bye runs, one on each side of the ladder. So, man, this could be this could be another round race for the flyer right here. I'm telling you, this don't happen often.
Well,
Jegs.
Customer service and technical support second to none. FTI Performance Converters and Transmission give you the winning edge. Just ask any of our customers, like 2014 IHRA Top Dragster World Champion Kevin Brannon, or the 2014 IHRA Super Rod World Champion Mike Ruff. We are real racers with real experience. Call us today at toll-free at 866-726-8358, or visit us on the web at www.ftiperformance.com.
I'm about to turn into a pumpkin. And I have the shape and most of the color to make that really happen in real life. Oh, no, no. Team Slushy, we have a problem in the tower. McKenna Brown, what happened? I thought you were my girl. I thought you had Hank. Yes, she did. She better not have brought you that. She's supposed to bring it from me.
While it's quiet, I'll just take this from Hank here for a second before he has to leave us to go to movie night. I just want to say thank you to everybody who came out this weekend, or this week. I know some of you have already headed out or are getting ready to head out, and a lot of you are staying for tomorrow, and we appreciate that. We had a ton of, tough luck this week between oil downs and rain and all kinds of trouble that was out of our control. But thank you so much for sticking with us. We've done the best that we possibly can to create a schedule that you guys would like and would want to continue doing for the rest of the week given the cards we were dealt. So thank you for sticking with us. Got one more 100K to crown tonight thanks to FTI, and then another one tomorrow thanks to Hanson Global. And after that, we'll call this week done. And we'll move on to Muncie in 2 weeks, Muncie, Indiana. Then we go to Morrisville for Halloween, and then we finish off Christmas back at Bradenton Motorsports Park for the very popular Hanson Global Christmas Bracket Bash. Very, very, very limited entries left in that. I think Dorcar has like 2, and Dragster has maybe 30. So you might want to head over to racesfg.com and get yourself an entry into that Christmas bash before they are gone. Also, just want to give the entire Team SFG's sincere thank you to Jegs, S&W, FTI, Hanson Global, Fuel Tech, Wright Trailers, Mickey Thompson, Rhino, for everything that all of you have done for us this year. We couldn't do this without you all, and we hope that all of you here that are supporting SFG will continue to support those great companies, because that's the reason that they're able to support us. So again, I appreciate everybody for being here. And now we are going to call FTI 100K Thursday, round number 8, all competitors to the lanes for pairings. So there's 6 of you left, 3 door cars, 3 dragsters. Bring them to the lanes for pairings. We will get underway with this quarterfinal round and find ourselves a winner here probably in about the next hour. Thanks Motor Mania for streaming this. Thanks to Jegs. And thanks to everybody tuning in online for, what are we going on, 6 days now? This is day 6, I think. And we still have a whole nother one tomorrow that Motor Mania will be streaming the entirety of. So
6 20-hour days in a row. I cheated this morning. I gave you that one 2 extra hours.
Yeah, Hank slept in this morning, so he's got to work late tonight.
No. And I'm leaving early. Come in late and leave early.
And I said it earlier this morning, but I'll say it one more time. If you're leaving or you see Rhett or anyone on the Darlington Dragway team, please tell them thank you for the countless hours of work that they've done this week to get this track dry, to get it cleaned up from oil spills. Just thank them because it is a very hard job. Rhett's been here into the wee hours of the morning almost every day this week, and his team too. So I definitely appreciate all the hard work, and that's why I really enjoy having a race here. Even though the weather's not always the nicest to us when we're here, I really enjoy this facility and grateful that we're able to continue having SFG events here.
I need my finalists back up here. I need my 6 cars remaining. Come on, I want to see one more round before I gotta go. Nick Folk, Travis Laster, we need you for the dragsters. Benny Ulmer, Sean Serra, AJ Buchanan. Travis Laster Jr., AJ Buchanan, you are the potential DragRaceSolutions.com wait and see buy. But bring them up. Our 10 minutes is up. Come on, chop chop. Nick Folk, Travis Laster Jr., AJ Buchanan, Benny Ulmer or Paw, and Sean Serra. Driving for Richard Dukes. Come on. Not your first rodeo. We're hot lapping. Let's go. Chop, chop, chop. Nick Folk, Durand, Illinois. We're waiting on you and the dragsters. I need all 3 door cars. Come on, guys. 10 minutes between rounds. That's the SFG rule. Paw Benny Ulmer is back. 2 door cars and Nick Folk. Keep the golf carts over in lanes 11 and 12, please. Put the golf carts over in 11 and 12. Let's move them. Josh, Dugdown, get them golf carts moved for me, please. Sean Sarah is back. Benny Ulmer is back. AJ Buchanan, the Buchanan brothers. Need your Mustang. Come on. Nick Folk is back. We got all 5. I need 1 more. AJ Buchanan, come on. I'll jump up and punch you in the knee. That team's big over there, them brothers, the Buchanan brothers. And they're back. So we got all 6. 3 door cars, 3 dragsters. The ladder's set. Travis Laster Jr. sitting on the dragster, dragracesolutions.com buy run. AJ Buchanan, dragracesolutions.com sitting on that buy run.
I hear noise, folks. That means it won't be as long as it has been. We got 3 of them on each side, 3 door cars. Got 3 extension ladders coming back. And we're just a few rounds away from crowning somebody $100,000. And first up, we're going to have Benny Ulmer, 569 on the dial in that left-hand lane. And Shane Sarah over here in the right-hand lane dialed in on a 540. Sean Sarah.
So I got to tell you, I'm excited, guys. The no split continues. We are racing for the flyer.
Racing for
So
the flyer,
full
folks.
purse. Second place is $10,000. What do they
Only
get?
$90,000 difference, folks. As the first 2 pair comes into the water box here, got the good-looking little wagon over in the left-hand lane. Benny Ulmer, 569 on the wagon.
You lose here, you get $1,250.
Wow, wow, wow,
And that
wow.
still leaves $130,000 alive.
And they got Sarah in the right-hand lane, 540 on the dial in the deuce.
Landon, who's in that other lane?
Papa.
You gotta love it. The 2 biggest fans he's got right up here in the tower, as he'll try to get it done for the purse. $100,000 still up for grabs. You don't turn a wind light on right here, it's $1,200. 540 in the right, 569 in the left. Pick your poison, folks. It's not going to be long now as they creep them up to the line. And if old Hot Rod was in the car, he'd be over there checking that water temperature. Oil pressure's good. I'd be putting her in at about 2,900 on that FTI. Bernie Ulmer, 569 dial in. Sean Sarah in the right-hand lane on a 540, and I'm going to let Hank take you to the house.
Oh, 009 for Sarah in the right. He's moving on to the door car final against AJ Buchanan. Benny Ulmer, 8 rounds, did wonderful. 002 red. The grandkids, there was a lot of disgrunting going on there.
Yes, there was. Disappointed, but nothing to hang your head on. You go 7 or 8 rounds against a crowd like this right here, and you've done something. So we will have the buy-run car coming out here, Mr. A.J. Buchanan. He's looking for that 566 dial in, and he's guaranteed the next round. So he'll have a shot at that 100,000 coming back just in a moment. I'm sure he'll take the tree and at least get him a bulb. Could get him lane choice. He may not go the distance. We'll see. Yeah, he's been here already this week.
Yeah, that's 2 nights in a row. I think he's been down to 3 cars.
Yeah, so I guess he can afford to run for the flyer, and I'm sure he's ready to do it. We'll see. 18 up front. He's going to go at least a half track. He's taking it the distance, folks. Looking for that 66, and he puts it up there dead on with a 5. He's 18 up front. Pretty good little lap to get set up for the next round, which will be only 2 coming back on the door car side.
And Sean Sarah will have lane choice with his 009 reaction time. And here we go. Nick Folk going to the left lane, 463. Ryan Barnes, right lane, 473.
Now, Aldine said it earlier. Folk had struggled a little bit all week long. Couldn't hit a barn with a baseball. But I'll tell you right now, he's figured it out. He's got that 463 up on the board, and I've seen him run it a lot, and I've seen him crush that tree all day long. Ryan Barnes over here in the right-hand lane, he's dialed 473, and he ain't here for no reason. He's put that 73 up there a lot, and he's been good at the tree also. So $100,000 still up for grabs, $1,200 to the loser right here. You think he wouldn't be shaking like that dog I was talking about? You are to be in their shoes right now.
Yes. Right, I said that. Yeah, you lose here, $1,250. We're racing for the full flyer. We had one guy said no split last round. He won. He's still no splitting.
Wow, it's nasty. 3 fouls separate them right here. Right hand lane's going to take the win. He's 19 up front. He had the advantage, takes it to the house. He's dead on with the 3. In the left hand lane, he's 22 up front. He gets there first.
He got dumped off. 133 in the right lane on a 470. He's down about 7, 8 miles an hour in the right lane.
To still put it dead on 3.
Right.
Oh, yeah. This fella here, look, he'll just take the tree. Don't even have his helmet on. He don't care which lane he gets. He's out of the groove, so he'll just take the tree and let her drop, and he'll back her up. So, nevertheless, as it's set up here, Barnes will have lane choice. Yes,
yeah.
Barnes will have lane choice over Travis Lester in the next round due to the best light. And like I said, Lester there, he don't care which lane he gets, because he didn't go out there and try to waste his equipment and break something, because he's still got a shot at $100,000. Pretty smart thinking, if you ask me. I've run right lane to left lane and upside down, and I don't want all, and they're both the same. So he's put that into calculation, and he didn't want to take a chance on breaking that machine. So
Jegs.
Trusted by all since 1960.
Jegs.
With customer service and technical support second to none, FTI Performance Converters and Transmission give you the winning edge. Just ask any of our customers, like 2014 IHRA Top Dragster World Champion Kevin Brannon, or the 2014 IHRA Super Rod World Champion Mike Ruff. We are real racers with real experience. Call us today at toll-free at 866-726-8358, or visit us on the web at www.ftiperformance.com.
I got our flight. So we got 4 left, 2 dragsters, Travis Lester Jr., Ryan Barnes, AJ Buchanan, and Sean Sarah. As of yet, there has been no split. We're still racing for the flyer. 100,000 to win, 10,000 runner-up, and 2,500 to lose this round. KJ, we got 2 plates of the Ulmer food up here in the tower. Thank you so much, Benny and Teresa Ulmer, for the love in the tower today. Landon, Caden, Pruitts, glad you're up here rooting your grandpa, Paw on. I got the best wife in the world. She says, we'll go to the movie some other time. You go ahead and work.
Maybe she'll wake you up.
No. The door. Someone's at the door. Yes, you can. Did you bring a slushie? So I'm looking for a rocker arm, T&D rocker arm, 1.7 for 18 degree Brodex head. Doesn't matter exhaust or intake. Exhaust. T&D 1.7 Brodex 16 degree exhaust, 18 degree, 17, 18 pre-med visit. 18 degree Brodex head. Jegs T&D exhaust rocker arm 1.7 ratio 18 degree Brodex head. That's what we're looking for. Your name? Lee Dixon. Lee Dixon needs a part, so help him out. He wants to race tomorrow. Those look to be like a kidney or a lima bean. Not bad.
Okay, take off.
Too late now. 20 to 10. 9:50. The show started. You really want me out of here that bad?
You do enjoy your night.
Rob, we're gonna drink together a little bit here. I can't. You can't. I know. Come on, guys. 10-minute rule at SFG. And you guys keep making me go 20 minutes every time. And then you want to talk. Then it's forever. Travis Laster Jr., AJ Buchanan, Sean Sarah, Ryan Barnes. Come on, chop, chop. Let's go. So last night, John Coughlin phoned in to us. He got on live on Motor Mania. He was checking on his baby brother. So tonight, we're going to ask Jeggy. We got Jeggy's attention, and we'll ask Jeggy some questions about the Jegs. First question, what year in business are we going into, or what are we doing this year?
50.
What year in business?
We started in 1960.
Okay, so you got to add 40 and 21. 61.
Your arithmetic is coming out nice. 61.
High school math, 61 years at Jegs. Now, there were different locations as the company grew, correct?
We originally started. My father started as a retail store and a service center, and later, as he continued to grow more into a wholesale business, and which supplied to a lot of the retail stores like Jegs. And then as kind of the times transitioned in the mid to late 80s, we were doing a lot of direct-to-consumer sales through our retail store, and we had the outlet with the shipping side of it with the wholesale business. And by the late 80s, we had printed our first catalog that went in hundreds of thousands of mailboxes, and that really kind of kicked off the retail side of it in a large way in the late 80s, and it's been really neat to be a part of the business. At that point in time, I was finishing up high school, so to see it transition through several things as a kid to that point, and then getting out of college in '93, with the internet coming in the late '90s, et cetera, it's been a really neat business, and as a family, we've been extremely fortunate, to surround ourselves with great people and service millions and millions of customers around the world.
How many employees?
We are just shy of 400 right now. We've had a great last couple, we've had last couple of years have just been fantastic. I know with COVID and everything, we've had other things on our mind, but a lot of folks have been, just at home and working on their passions, which is a lot of times right there in the garage. I know we can all relate to that without question. And fortunate for us in the bracket racing world, we were able to get out and participate in the sport that we know and love at the level we have been. And so for us, we were able to really fulfill a lot of people's needs through that time, and are thankful for that. Of course, we're extremely careful in all of our practices, as we needed to be. But it's on the other end of it. Here we are in Darlington, and SFG's putting on one heck of an event. We're down to semifinals here. Yeah, down to the semis. We got 2 doors and 2 dragsters, and $100,000 main prize. I'm sure I see them over there talking now. So probably a little bit of money being pushed around, which is great.
They got the whole flyer right now.
Right?
Yeah.
That's amazing. That's amazing. That's great. It's Kyle and his team, yourself included, have done one heck of a job since the inception, and working your way through these times, as we just spoke about as well. It's neat to see the racers continue to thrive.
Jeggy's good at this. He can go forever.
No,
he's had a couple pro stock winners circle interviews. So I'm going to ask personal questions of you.
Come on.
Now you have won. No. We just want to get, we got the business. You have that on your website. You can read about it, how the company got started in the transition. So I got racing questions. I believe you've won in 6 different categories on the NHRA stage. And also it's 2 questions, I want to know how it worked for you and your brothers. Like, was there a certain age that you got to be given a certain position in the company to start at, and then you evolved? Are you all equal, CFOs, or how does the company work? And then also, how many classes have you won in?
I'll start with the business side. How's that sound? Now, our father, Jegs Sr., and our parents kind of transitioned the business to my brothers and I in the late 80s. Which again is crazy because I was just coming out of high school. There probably wasn't an attorney or an accountant in the city of Columbus that would recommend a father doing what he was doing with his family. But again, we were very fortunate. We grew up in the racing world. My father raced his last professional ride was a top field dragster, and all 4 of us got to work on it. So we had responsibilities and chores that we were able to tackle as we continued to grow, and it was much the same in the business as well. The 4 of us had different areas that we all had focuses on, throughout the years, and then as the business continued to grow and we grew with management under us, we never shifted, but we had more of a general management role, if you will. We're all owners of the business as we were in the late 80s till now, and that's how it works. So we get into an office if we've got business decisions to make. We surround ourselves with the folks that need to be there, and decisions are made, and onward we go.
I have heard about the famous lunches. You guys are a pretty tight family. TJ and Megan were very little, and I raced Super Comp that, and for some reason they kind of bonded and hung out with Hank. And TJ was always asking questions. What's your throttle stop ratio? How do you do this? And he said later when he got older, he goes, Hank, I remember that when I was a little kid. You'd always ask my questions, and treated me like an adult, so he liked it. But 6 categories. Have you won 6 categories?
That's kind of a crazy question. It's either 6 or 7. I should know the answer to that. I'm just a racer, man. I've never set out to run all the different classes that I have, and it just kind of turned out that way. First race car was a super gas car that was my brother Mike's, and I enjoyed running super gas, but probably more so I enjoyed bracket racing it. And as life continued on, I was fortunate to run into a lot of different categories and have great success at it. Bracket racing's still number 1 in my heart, and I've been guilty of saying that for the last 20 plus years on TV, and I enjoy it, and I've never seen it as tough as it is today, and that even makes it that much more challenging and exciting for a guy like me to come out here and try and turn some win lights on.
Well, you've done really well at it. I know last year at the 1.1, you were in the mix, and there was a lot of money headed back your way that you brought back to the camp. So,
Yeah, no, it's my trusty old Chevy 2 that Kenny Underwood and the guys at Jegs put together in 2006 has just been fantastic, and I've been running it in my dragster. So, we got I hear some music in the background. It's time to go racing.
thank you very much, Jeg Coughlin Jr., for your time.
Absolutely.
And all that you give back to the sport, your family. Turn it over to my compadres in the tower. Alvin, Hot Rod, on you. We got him under the tower. AJ Buchanan, the Buchanan brothers in the left. Sean Serra in the right. This is the door car final. One of these two are going to go on and race a dragster and race for $100,000. This is our FTI Thursday race. Stand by that door over there. Stand by the door over there.
Yeah. Here it is, folks. 2 go down, 1 come back. Still running for the flyer. Nope. All right, maybe just a little change in things. But nevertheless, a lot of money on the line right here. Sean Serra in the right-hand lane on a 539 dial in. He's going to come in there on AJ Buchanan. 566 up on the board. Deuce on the Tang, Ford on Chevrolet, and who you got? Gonna let Hank take you to the house.
539 in the right, 566 in the left. Oh boy, as advertised, 002 versus 006.
Wow.
006 dead 8, 14 total in the right. 002 bails out, 2 above 7. Winner right side, Sean Serra. We've been hearing a lot of that name this weekend.
I'm tell you right now, I might change my middle name to Sarah just so that it and my last name to Hastings or something.
Right,
you know what I mean?
right. See, and I wouldn't want that name on my car, because then they're gonna bring their best.
Well, bar none, me and Hastings are pretty good buddies, and I've said it off and on here all weekend long. The last 6 times me and him went down the racetrack, the margin of finish line, other than the last pass today when I'd went red and just went out and quit, was 15 thou total. And that's what I tell him. He always brings out the best in me, because if he don't, I don't have a chance. And that's why these gentlemen right here do what they do it great, and do it week in, week out. And we got Mr. Travis Lester Jr. right here, dialed 412.
Something standing out at me with that 412. He's been 417, 418 all day. So what, he just decided to turn the wick up a little bit and drop her down 600s?
Well, we probably both know he could probably put whatever he wants on it, and he's probably got a little button in there he could run whatever he wants. But Ryan Barnes is going to have something to say about it with that 472 dial in.
He's been on a 73, drops down to a 72. The 412 on the left, I'm a little confused. It's been 417, 418 all day. I don't know why all of a sudden he doesn't want to hold.
Well, here we go again. I tried to hold 5/10 on Hastings today just to show them something a little different.
Right.
And for $100,000, our boy Travis is going to do it right here. And we have us a race, folks. And there's 4 fouls separates them.
Wow, that's why he dropped it down.
He was 0-1-1 up front. He was 4 thou behind.
He
I heard
sprayed
the
it.
juice come on.
The juice leaned her
He
out.
dialed 412, and he grabbed that little button I was talking about. He runs 411 with a 7 off the 412. The right-hand lane was dialed 472. He had 4 thou up front, 007. He runs 470 with a 5 off that 472 dial-in, but I'm sure from what I heard right there, it looked like he had a little room, and then all of a sudden it wasn't there. So that's why he took 15 thou stripe, and that's why our boy Travis Laster Jr. is coming back to the final round right here at the SFG for $100,000. And as we talked about it before they staged there, Hank, we knew something was up right there. And at about, I don't know, somewhere around 500 feet,
yeah.
I'd say those headers got a little bit hot.
And it just went, the tone of that motor changed. And 100.
Jegs.
That's going to win a lot of rounds, but right here on the SFG stage with Kyle Riley and the bunch and Travis Laster with that monster button in that car apparently has ended up pulling it out. But no shame for Mr. Ryan Barnes. He's had a wonderful day today, and he can't hang his head low, although I've been in those shoes. He's going to get that ticket, and he's not going to be happy with himself here the next 20 or 30 minutes till he gets a good cold drink down him. But that's just
I don't
part
think
of the
he's
sport.
old enough.
Well, he might not be.
I don't think
It might
he's
be a
old
good
enough.
cold Dr. Pepper. I didn't
Right,
say it had to be
that's
a
true, yeah.
DoorDash slushy by no means. It could be a good cold Sprite or some water. But I'm going to tell you right now, it's going to be some hard gulps when he, takes those first couple of
Yeah.
drinks, no matter what it is. But Mr. Ryan Barnes signed nothing to tuck your head at. Good job today. I'm sure you still got a pretty good little piece right there. And we're going to bring you back one heck of a final round coming up here in a minute. And I'm already wondering what our boy Travis is going to do.
Well, we've seen this card game played out here. He played this hand. Now does he go back to the 417, 418? I mean, I like this. This was kind of like neat. He knew he couldn't run the 412 without spraying it.
100%.
So now your opponent thinks you're 500 or 600 behind, and he can do something to you down there. That was what my thinking would be.
Yeah.
And he would go 2 above and give you even more room to get in, because he sprayed 150, 170 feet, whatever. He sprayed it.
Bar none.
The 180 miles an hour says he was coming hard the last 200 feet.
Well, the fact that Ryan Barnes took the 15 thou tells me that he didn't fall for the little trap of going down and working too early and getting behind.
Right.
But when he started clearing that distance up really, really quick, I call it a deer in headlights. That's what I look like when they do me that way. And it looks like it just froze up there a little bit. Took 15 thou, and it wasn't good enough for the win. But it's a tough sport, as we've talked about all weekend long. You run the best in the country. on these stages right here when you throw that big money out. Kyle Riley, here we go again. We can't thank him enough because the snowball wouldn't have fell down the hill if he hadn't had this idea. And Travis Lester, Ryan Barnes, and Sean, and everybody that's here. That's why we're here, is that big money. And Travis Lester's going to come back and get a shot at it right here. And that was a really good decision, looks like.
And this is kind of the best part of the night, like Jeg Coughlin just said. You know, he loves bracket racing, has for 25 years. And that guy's pro stock world champ. And he has one in comp stock, super comp, super gas, and pro stock.
Well, I've said it all day and all weekend long about Nasty Nick and some of these guys out here. Jeggy could win on a tricycle. We could put him on a one-wheeled pogo stick and he'd have a chance. That Jegs family, it's just in the blood.
Yeah, there's just some people that can, and then some people that can't, and they announce.
And that's exactly right, and that's why me and you's right here, Hank. But we'll get them back in the lanes here just as quick as we can, folks. We've got one heck of a final round coming up, and we'll take those two cars back to the staging lanes as quickly as possible. I know those old hot rods are going to need a good cold drink, and I know the drivers is going to need to get wiped down and get his thoughts together as he comes back down here trying to get his piece of $100,000. But the quicker you get them back down here, folks, the quicker we can get it on, and all of us can get to drinking them DoorDash slushies. But nevertheless, do what you got to do. It's a lot of money, and we're going to work with you. You work with us. But as soon as you get them ready, get them back to the lanes so these fine folks down here can see a good final round. And we're going to go down here and crown somebody for $100,000. And Hot Rod Fast and Fetch'em, Hank the Crank, and my boy Dildine has been honored to be up here and to call the shots of some of the best in the world. And we're going to bring it back to you here just in a minute. And we're going to get, old Hot Rod will probably try to get up on the chip, but the chatterbox is just a little bit broke. But nevertheless, we'll bring you a good show here just shortly. And I'm going to go get me one of them slushies.
They're gone. Machine's empty. Sean Sarah with lane choice over Travis Laster Jr. in the 100,000 FTI final. I think I'm going to go out in the crowd and find another person to talk to. Don't everybody start running on me either.
Once again, folks, soon as you get them cooled down, get them ready to come back. We'll take you back to the lanes. We're not rushing you. We know there's a lot of money on the line. You got to get them ready. Get your thoughts up. Get a game plan together. As soon as you get them ready, though, bring them back down for us, and we'll get one more step closer to going down here and giving somebody $100,000 check from SFG and Kyle Riley and the crew. We can't thank Darlington Dragway enough for the hard work and the whole nine. So as soon as you get them ready, get them on back down to the lanes, and we'll get it on for that $100,000. And Kyle Riley and SFG, thanks every single one of you for being here and supporting SFG, Jegs and the boys, FTI, and the whole 9 yards. Fuel Tech, you know who you are. We thank you for the support. Motor Mania, the Motor Maniacs, as Hank calls them. We appreciate everybody and all the support. And we're almost done, and we got one more day for $100,000. And if you're not here, you can still make it. We're going to get fired off early in the morning, so you need to get on the road if you're coming. We're going to get new time run entries down the racetrack, 8:15. And we should be going racing for the first round by somewhere around 8:30, 8:45, as we want to do our best to put on a great show and get everyone headed back toward home and get it done as early as we can. So here we go again. Help us, help you. And once again, we appreciate every single one of you for being here. We'll take the finals back to the lanes just as soon as you get them ready, please. And we'll bring you the good show that was promised on the flyer here shortly. We need the finals back to the lanes here as quickly as possible, folks, as it's getting later into the night. We got a lot of business to get done in the morning. We got to get fired off early. So as soon as you get them cooled down, get that drink in them, get them back down here at the lanes for us. my boy Neon Leon showed up here in the tower, and I told you a little story about him there earlier. And what I want to know is, Leon, is when I showed up down there 15, 20 years ago, I didn't know nobody down there, but I'd heard about old Leon, and I'd heard about that Neon. What model Neon was that, Leon?
It actually wasn't Neon, it was Cavalier.
Was it a Cavalier? Well, I guess I just assumed because it was Neon Leon that it was a Neon. But I remember rolling in there and you driving that thing. I parked right over from you. Your dad was there, a lot of the family, you know. And I never have ever took anybody for granted, no matter what they were in. And I sort of done had the lowdown on my boy Leon here. And he just mowed through us, me included, all night long. I was awful impressed. And what that thing running at?
Yeah, like 1070s.
1070, something like that. I'm going to tell you right now, everybody knows old Hot Rod. I've rolled in here in an old truck my dad wouldn't drive to town. It's lucky that my old Hot Rod would crank. But when I say this thing wasn't the top of the line Cavalier, you know what I mean? This thing had a mile or two on it. You know what I mean?
It had 147,000.
Yeah. And old Leon would go out there, and I'm telling you what, he'd beat our brains in, week out.
Hey, I can hit that bottom. And next year, I might come out there on Nasty Nick, because I can hit that bottom pretty good, in case y'all don't know.
There it is.
I hit it pretty good.
I'll have to say, I seen my boy back in the day.
Leon can get, I'll be Nasty Neon.
Nasty Neon here. So here we got it, folks. But my boy Leon here, Neon Leon, we're going to come out here to support SFG. He's one bad lad on the bottom back in the day. He runs a lot of the top stuff now. But old Hot Rod knows what old Leon could get done. I witnessed it back in the day, and he was doing it in stuff that most people couldn't have drove to the racetrack, much less win a race with it. And my boy Neon Leon, he's one of the baddest dudes on the bottom back in the day in his area for sure. And I'm sure it's just like riding a bicycle. It wouldn't take my boy here long to put her right back on top of the list. So maybe we'll see old Leon at some of these bigger foot brake races, or maybe on the no box side every now and again.
As long as the legs got strength, they can pedal.
There we go. Well, there you have it, folks. Neon Leon, we can't thank him enough for coming and supporting SFG. And once again, we're looking for the final round here. So as soon as you get them ready, get them back to the staging lanes, and we're going to crown somebody for $100,000. Looks like we got one of them already down here, and we're looking for one more. Would be the door car. So, Sean, as soon as you get her ready, my friend, get her back in the lanes, and we'll get it on right here, and we'll see who the man is. So, if you want it to be good, you want it to sound good, be good, because we just tell the story like we see it. Whatever pops up on that screen, that's what we're going to rattle on about. So, and I believe, if I'm not mistaken, he might have just showed up. Yes, sir. So we got the final pairing in the lanes right here. And Neon Leon, buddy, we appreciate you. It's always good to see you. And hopefully we'll get to see him on the no box side. And he can give me a little bit of help with old Kevin Pollard and my boy Nasty Nick, because I ain't had much luck with them this weekend. But nevertheless, they're two fine fellas. I love them both. They're good friends of mine. We go out on that racetrack and we try to thump each other every time we pull out there. But I'll guarantee you, I could go to either one of them's house. I could borrow their car, borrow their trailer, borrow whatever. That's the kind of folks they are. But once you turn them two beams on, it's every man for himself. But won't be long, folks. We've got them back in the lanes down here, and I'm getting excited watching them get ready as they talk it up down here and racing for Christ. Our boy down there getting a prayer or two in. I've got 2 or 3 or 4 this weekend, and I need every one I can get, just as we all do. And as they're getting in the cockpits down here and they're getting ready, it won't be as long as it has been, and we're fixing to have us one heck of a final round right here for $100,000, and I can't wait to bring it to you.
Good luck, Sean. Good luck, Travis. Laster family. No daughters here this weekend to see this big round.
Got Jackie and the crew down here talking it up. They've worked hard all week for us long here. If I was eating either one of their shoes, I'd have my hair pulled out. But they do it with a smile. They're experienced at it, and we thank them for all the good hard work, along with Darlington Dragway and all the crew.
I gotta say about the Darlington Dragway, no lie, and I'm not trying to say bad things about any other track, but Rhett, the track manager here, have seen him doing every position here at the track. He hauls trash. He helps in the computer with the girls up here. He's in the tractor. He was at every cleanup, running a broom and picking, and scrapes at night. So I think leading by example, that kid's on it.
100%. Everything you just said right there. But that's what makes SFG one of the elites. I don't care which position it is out here. They all give it 110% from the back of the lanes to the front of the lanes. And yes, you're exactly right. You lead by example, and he's one of the best at it I've ever seen. He's involved in every piece of it. And when it starts good on top, it'll roll downhill and be good on the bottom. And folks will work hard for you when you do things like that. That's what it's all about.
Well, and his guys, they don't lay around. They don't sit on the walls. They don't lollygag. I mean, they push a car. But we have engines, so this is it.
It ain't gonna be long, folks. We got noise, and I'm excited to see what our boy Travis is going to do here in this, or
the dial-in this time,
and what Sean's going to do to overcome it. Because I'll guarantee you that Sarah crowd right there, they're ready for about everything thrown at them. Knuckleball, curveball, fastball, slider. They're ready.
Well, and we're back to 412 or 417 either way at 180 miles an hour. Normally maybe 167. And you're going to race somebody that's going 139. I mean, how much can you do down there with a second and a half ET difference and 40 miles an hour? Maybe it's going to be more against a door car.
Well, and here we go again. We ain't even throw the factor in that it's $100,000 on the line right here. You throw that factor in, that'll sort of get that leg shaking a little bit.
It'll change your game. It shouldn't. And I suppose for most people that have done it a lot, they kind of still run their same game. Like everybody always says that in the NFL or whatever, just play your own game. And everybody always says that, run your own race. So
Yeah. Well, that all changes when you got this kind of money on the line and you're headed out here to the bleach box like our boy Travis Lassiter Jr. is doing right here, and our boy Sean putting it in the bleach box here. So Sean Sarah over here in the right-hand lane in the Little Deuce, and I'm talking about one fine-looking little piece, folks. 536 on the dial-in. And our boy Lassiter has put her on a 416 dial-in. So the strategy is now to go down there and obviously turn on a wind light. But this is going to be one little duel right here, and I'm sure our boys over here in the stands is going to get their picks in. Who yous got? Who we got? We got the far lane or the inside lane?
Another neat little fact here, a little tidbit, fun fact. Jeff Sarah drove that car to $1 million win last year for Richard Dukes. Sean Sarah looking to race for $100,000 in it tonight. So
And
the Sarah boys do pretty good in Duke's cars.
Oh, bar none. That Duke fella has made some really good decisions, sounds like to me.
Right.
But nevertheless, folks, 536 dial in right here in that right-hand lane. All the marbles on the line right here. Travis Lester Jr. in the left-hand lane, dial 416. Hank, I'm going to let you take them to the house.
Keep your hands inside the vehicle at all times and enjoy the ride.
Oh, 003 red in that left-hand lane. And our boy Sarah was 26 up front. He needed that. It was good enough for the win. He turns it green. And Travis Lester is 003 red. And he's not going to like that ticket.
We built a hype, and it was over in 3 thou.
Yeah, all the hype, and it was over in 3 thou. But I tell you what, folks, what one heck of a little show that SFG has put on here all weekend long. And the Sarah family, Sean, and the whole crowd, we can't be more proud of you. We're glad that you support SFG. The Sarah family, some of the baddest I've ever seen.
Both of them are coming back up the track. Everybody, please be careful.
Yes, both of them are coming back down the track. So everybody be careful. Watch what you're doing. I'm sure they're excited. They're going to be wanting to celebrate, and they're going to bring them backwards down here for the crowd. Let's give them a big hoop and a holler and their hands up because they deserve it. They put on a good show. And they're going to parade them back down through here as the winner slowly makes his way back down that left-hand lane. Mr. Sean Sarah, he's going to be the winner of Saturday's $100,000 to win right here at SFG. And my boy Hank the Crank's going to go down here, and they're going to have a victory lane celebration. So one good-looking little hot rod right there. Sean Sarah and the family. Congratulations, well deserved. They have dominated the last 2 nights, and they're professionals. They're great peeps, and that's why they do what they do, and that's why they turn on those win lights. As my boy Nasty Nick Hastings goes over here to celebrate with them a little bit, well deserved. Old Hot Rod's gonna get down there and celebrate a little bit. Jeff Sarah, buddy, you boys is bad lads, and we love yous.
She's not gonna be happy.
I got the right ones, right?
Yeah, that'll work. Okay, winner and runner up.
Hold that. Sean Sarah. I mean, that's some tough shoes to live up to the big, right? But all good.
We feed off of each other, honestly. I'm as happy for him when he wins as I am when I win, and vice versa, as you can see. You know, all of us here, all of our friends and everything, especially me, Jeff, and Kyle, we literally came from the basement playing with Hot Wheels and stuff like that together down to video games, and you know, all all the practice and competition that we give each other, we kind of feed off of each other, and it really makes us a lot better, and it makes it so much more fun when it actually happens. But yeah, very thankful.
Who you want to thank tonight?
Well, a lot of people to thank, but first and foremost, my family, God. Obviously, all this isn't possible without God, SFG for sure. But my parents, grandparents, aunt, uncle, cousin, all my family that races, and then all the great people that I've had help me out, and companies. Obviously, Richard Dukes is a big one, Steve Witherow, down to back when I was in junior dragsters with the people with Half Scale, and all of the companies and individuals that have helped me, FTI, Mickey Thompson,
Richard Dukes, come on in here, man.
Yeah.
Let's your car. And we're gonna. Richard and I are good. We can talk. First, I want to say congratulations to you and your equipment. But I think more than anything, you give a lot of younger guys good equipment to drive for your car.
Oh yeah. Well, Sean's been a blessing. He's dedicated. He's real loyal to me, and of course Jeff's taught him a lot, But I tell you, we've been down a long road, and we hung in there together. It paid off.
I like it. Your brother around? Is Victor still here?
Yeah, where's Victor at?
Yeah, he's definitely here somewhere.
Come on in here, buddy. Come on in here, Victor. That's okay. He can come in and just take the glory with your brother. You don't have to talk. Just be here. This is what we talk about in the SFG family, and Rodney and Alvin and I are talking. These two brothers, they bring a lot of entries to SFG and support SFG, and we love them, and we love the Sarah family. Love all you guys, and anybody else we're thanking tonight.
Yeah, go Dogs. Go Dogs.
And listen, man, I would have got up on the chip, and my old voice has been a little bit rough all day long. If it hadn't have been, I'd have been jumping off the moon, young man. You've done a fine job. I've been pitted over here beside of them all week, been stealing some of that shade, and it's well-deserved, young man. You've done a good job. If the two-step wouldn't have broke, I'd have been on it, son, but my voice just won't allow it.
Appreciate it. Thank you, bud.
Don't go anywhere. Kyle Riley, giving up with them Riley trophies. Come on in, buddy.
Congratulations again, Sean.
Thank you, man.
Want to thank God, of course, always. Want to thank the Dukes, Richard and Victor. They support all the raffles and everything. I mean, I can have 100 raffles, and they're going to get in all of them. To get entries for you guys to come out and do what you do. Congratulations again to the Sarah family. And what's your granddad's name?
Charlie.
That's my man, Charlie. Shout out to Charlie Sarah. Shout out to my dad at home watching, everybody that came. Huge turnout once again for SFG. Big things in store for next year.
Congratulations again, Richard, Sean, Jeff. Y'all did great this weekend. Who's this one here? She's up with the car all the time.
That's Sean's girlfriend.
Yeah, I gotta thank Allison and the Lloyd family. That's a big one that I really didn't do that good a job of thanking. But without her,
that was close.
Yeah, I almost messed that up big time. But seriously, without her and her family and all their support as well, they're like family to me, as close as mine is. So.
She did the dragster last night, and she went 3 cars last night in the dragster, 11 cars total. So yeah, you gotta come back and redeem yourself. Your brother's winning. You gotta be better than her.
She taught me everything I know.
Oh, you're good. You're good. Richard, how about you? You got anybody to thank? I haven't got to interview you before.
I want to thank SF. Well, yeah.
Come on now. You're all right. You're all right. Think you got some Duke Auto Salvage employees?
Yeah, Duke's Auto Salvage, Richard's Record Service, SFG, Jegs, APD carburetors, FTI transmissions, Kendrick Paint and Body for painting my car for me, GPS race cars.
That's good. And we're good. Oh, Rodney's back.
I got one more thing to say. When I rode in here this weekend, this man here probably didn't know me from Adam, and he's offered me everything he's got over there and all the food he's got in his truck to go to the store to almost miss the 3rd round come Wednesday. I can't thank you enough for it. It means a lot to me.
Congratulations, everyone. Travis Laster Jr. Wow. Yeah, come on over, buddy. Gonna be a little height difference and a little body fat percentage difference. We got like 2% mass or something, lean mass?
2-3%.
Yeah, I'm 50. So first off, I got more money for you, $150 gift certificate from Penske. Shocks, parts, things like that. Glad Penske helps us out. Mom and Dad, come on. Come on.
What are y'all doing?
This is your dad's hot rod, by the way, so I was...
I had to boot him out of there. You got to switch.
We got to switch?
Yeah, I told him we got to do 1-on-1 today. I had to change things up. Helped him out last night, going 5 rounds last night, so.
This car's fast. So first off, I got questions. We all kind of got questions. Been 417, 418. You knew it was coming. 412, and we heard it hit the horn.
You heard it hit the horn?
We heard it picked it up down there. Like it just went to another gear down there at 500 feet.
Oh, I didn't hear anything. I thought it was normal to me. Hey, I was just driving. It wasn't even me driving. It was nothing but God driving me today, man. I was a co-pilot.
Dad says, you hurt my car down there at 179. So 10-round race, any round stick out better than another that you were worried about, something didn't work, but you still won the round, something like that?
Yeah, actually, I think it was 3rd or 4th round. I was 001, so I had went over to Daryl. I was like, I got to buy. He was like, nah, someone else had to buy. So I was like, dang, I have my 001 and don't get to buy. And that round, I had 2 guys go red against me, and then now I'm perfect, and I get to buy into the dragster finals. So that's nothing but perfect timing for God. He said, Travis, he said, it's not your time right now to get to buy, but come later on, I got you. And he sure enough got me, man. He sure enough had me.
Who are we thinking?
Man, I can't thank no one more but God, man. He's blessing me, blessing my family. Hey, I thank my dad, my mom, my sister's back at home. Hey, that's good. Speechless, man.
I got to give the mic to Dad and Mom, too. We got questions for them. They probably want to. Marilyn says no. Dad, come on over. So, what do you got to say about your sons and his work today?
Oh, man, I'm real proud of him, man. I just thank God for him, and it was his turn, his time.
I got to say, I'm going to bring it up on Motor Mania TV. No split. There's rumors that it was you. 2 rounds in a row, no split. It makes it exciting in the tower. I got to say, when Brad comes back and he's like, no deal, we're racing for the flyer. I'm like, wow.
It wasn't my fault. What is the race called, Kyle? No split. Hey, I'm trying to follow the rules of the race. That's all.
Well, that's great. Great job. You guys are a great family. I'm glad I've met you through the years at these races. I know the sisters weren't here. They're off being doctors and rocket scientists or something. I can't even say what they're going to school for. It's that difficult.
Yeah, man. Well, I want to thank a few people. First, I'd like to thank God, because without him, none of this would be possible. And I got a couple names. I hope I don't forget nobody, but I got my buddy back there, Bill, from Elite. He helped us with some of these tricks that we're doing with the car. You know, Kyle was throwing a good race. And my boss, Rob, you know, he's a good guy. He let me off for drag racing anytime I want. And I got a buddy at home, Damon Hurley. He helps me out. That's my buddy. Who am I? I don't want to forget nobody. Don Wilshie. You know, he's a good guy. You know what I mean? That guy, he helps us out too. And of course, my wife. You know that already. And you know, and my brother, he's not here with us, but he had to work. But I know he's watching right now. And one person in particular I really like to thank, man, is Scott Duggins, Par Race Engines. Because he's a really good guy, man. Like I say, I mean, I don't need to tell all my business, but, you know, I do my own motors, but he does help me. You know, we broke a couple things, and, you know, the guy didn't know me from a can of paint. I said, yo, man, I hurt the motor, blah, 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 another motor. I needed heads or whatever. The guy sends them to me. And don't know me. I said, man, I'm a little stressed. He said, don't worry about it. When you get it, come see me. He said, I know that's nothing but God. And Scott, if you're listening, man, hey, man, I know you're a man of God, man. I really appreciate you. And the last thing I'm going to say is, I don't know if anybody here is God-fearing people, but you know what? God is on his way back. And there's something that's called the rapture, and it's going to happen. So I'm just going to let everybody know. If and when this happens, it's going to happen. It's in the Bible. When God comes back and the rapture happens, it's going to be caught up in the twinkle of an eye. Whoever's saved is going to, boom, be caught up. Whoever's not is going to be left behind. So whoever's not living so God can use you, you better start. Because if the weatherman tells you it's about to rain, you run and get an umbrella, rain or not. But if somebody tell you God is on the way back, you're still doing your same sinful things. So now it's time for everybody to get right, because he's coming back real soon. So if you do miss the rapture, you're not going to be able to buy, sell, anything. Now, only way you can make it is by being beheaded. Do not take the mark of the beast. It's going to be on the back of your hand or your forehead. Right now, this pandemic is a trial run. So it's making everybody get used to what's going on. There's nothing wrong with the vaccine, but everybody's running to it when they say, okay, a vaccine, you got to take it. So I'm letting you guys know, if you get left behind, there's no aliens that took us out of here. And I'm saying us because I'm living so God can use me, because I'm leaving out of here when God come back. So if you're not living right and you're left behind, do not take the mark. Only way you can make it is by being beheaded. So you won't be able to buy, sell, or anything. And that's all I'm going to tell you guys.
I'll say amen on that. You know, that's why we're here. SFG, sent from God. And that's what we were talking kind of all weekend, was just, that was the mantra. Just be good, live good, be right, and treat everybody good. You know, life is short. We ain't here a very, very long time. So, boy, we got all kinds of philosophical in a winner's circle. Oh, yeah. I'm liking it.
Yeah.
Motor Mania TV, all our friends and family at home. Hank Mulligan, duck down. Kyle Riley's got words. So Mark and Joanne, I don't know what's wrong with them. They just work like 6 a.m. to 2 a.m. I don't think they sleep in that motorhome. So thank you, Mark. Thank you, Joanne. And always very nice to us. And the Darlington crew have kind of been saying it all weekend. It starts with Rhett at the top. He's probably out there scraping the track right now. So as a manager or the boss of this track, he leads by example. And this has been a great facility, great track. And we got another 100K tomorrow. So if you're at home tonight and you're on the fence, get here in the morning, 8 a.m. registration, new time runs, race for 100,000. It can happen. Anybody can win on any day. So good night. Thank you, Motor Mania viewers.
Jegs.
Customer service and technical support second to none. FTI Performance Converters and Transmission give you the winning edge. Just ask any of our customers, like 2014 IHRA Top Dragster World Champion Kevin Brannon, or the 2014 IHRA Super Rod World Champion Mike Ruff. We are real racers with real experience. Call us today at toll-free at 866-726-8358, or visit us on the web at www.ftiperformance.com.
Okie dokie, that's a wrap for tonight. I'm about hoarse myself. Congratulations to Sean Serra, his victory over Travis Laster Jr. Wise words from the winner's circle from Mr. Laster. Thank you. Congratulations to Jerry Brewer, his victory on the Fuel Tech 100K. Congratulations to John Brown, his victory in the Jegs 20K warm-up. And of course, congratulations to Jeff Serra for his victory in the no split main event 175K. We'll be live tomorrow at 8 o'clock. I got a lot to do, so say your goodbyes to each other, and we will see you at 8. Okay, love you. Bye.